Good morning, beautiful souls. I hope you have a nice day. I'm having a wonderful day. I'm on my daily morning walk. Today I decided to make a video like this. My shadow. The shadow. Everyone has one. But what is the function of it really? See yourself walking. The sun shines behind you. Walker. But what does the shadow mean? What is the purpose of your shadow? In my journey, train coming by, I don't know. It's too loud. It's gone already. But I wanted to talk about the shadow a little bit. It's now that I'm walking here, seeing it. It's a nice time and moment to talk about it. Because we all have a shadow. And the shadow is the unconscious mind. It's the unconscious. It means you're not aware of it. It's your automatic reactions when you get triggered. It's the programs that you do things by, like how you live life, your routines, the unconscious programs at the back of your mind, how you behave in daily life, in relationships, on your job. Most things go automatically because those programs are stored in your unconscious mind. My unconscious mind, shadow. Walked all the way and now you can't see my shadow, so it's no need to be taping my shadow. So I will be taping myself. Good morning. Yes, the shadow. The shadow are all the things, like I said, the programs. If you do something often enough, it becomes a program. If you say something often enough, it becomes a a belief. So usually you're doing things without knowing why you do things or why you react the way you react, because that's all stored in your shadow. But in your shadow, your unconscious mind, that's also the place where your traumas are stored. Traumas from this life, past lives, your ancestry are also stored in your subconscious mind. Maybe you are wondering with some things that you do, or some ways how you react, that you are wondering, where does this come from? I always react like this, I always do this, but I do not know why. It's stored in your unconscious mind. It's stored on your hard drive. And it runs on the background, like all the programs that run on your phone in the background. You don't see them running, but your phone is working. So you're happy. But when programs start glitching, then you start noticing like, hey, something ain't working like it's supposed to. Same with the programs that are stored in your subconscious. You only notice them when they start malfunctioning or when you start doing things different. You become more conscious and you decide to do things different, and then you notice that it isn't that easy for you to keep doing that new thing that you want to do, or keep following the new path that you want to follow, because the program that's stored in your subconscious is still running the show. It's still running the show. So now things aren't going as you hoped or wanted. And then people start looking into their shadow, like, what's going on? Where does this come from? Your subconscious is also there to protect you, because in your subconscious, all your experiences from the past are stored. And some parts of you are so wounded that your soul had to fragment and separate those parts from the whole. They were put into quarantine because the trauma that they endured was so traumatizing, so heavy, that if they were stuck to the whole would not be able to move on. They would be stuck there in that time with that trauma. So then the soul fragments and that part gets quarantined. But it doesn't mean that part isn't there. It doesn't mean that part doesn't manifest itself into your 3D. It still needs healing. So these parts will come up as programs, as triggers, and you do not understand where they come from, and you do not understand what the purpose of them is. But you do understand that they are limiting you in your life. You've lived by them for a while, and now that you've decided, like, hey, this isn't working for me anymore, I want to do things differently, you notice it's hard for you to make those changes. And even if you make those changes, after a while you fall back, and you do not understand why you keep falling back. That's because the wound, the original trauma is not healed yet. Sometimes you heal a part, you heal a wound, and you think you're done with it, but it only to resurface like 6 months later. And you're like, I healed this. Why does it come back? Why am I still attracting the same situations, the same people, the same partners? Why is this happening? Because you haven't gone to the core, to the root of the issue. Sometimes it's just a limiting thought, belief, or emotion. Sometimes it's just a program. Sometimes it's from a past life. Sometimes it's your inner child. Sometimes it's an ancestor. So you never know where the root of the issue lies that you are facing right now. The only way can find that out is to go really deep, or to find a practitioner and do hypnotherapy, or soul fragment retrieval with a shaman, or you dive deep into yourself. You go within and you face those parts of you to try and find out where the root of that problem is. And we are not taught to look into our shadow, because not only wounds are hiding in your shadow, your power is also hiding in your shadow. Your magic is also hiding in your shadow. Because the parts of you that were magical, that were healing, that were powerful, were purposely traumatized so they would fragment and be quarantined for you not to discover your power. You were limited in your expression for a reason. You were made doubting yourself for a reason. Because if you were aware of the powerful, multidimensional being that you are, you could not be controlled. You could not be told what to do. You could not be told how to live your life. So, by denying you the knowledge of yourself, you are kept small. You are kept powerless. So, the shadow is nothing to be feared. It looks scary because you're going into darkness and you don't know what to expect. And you have been running for it for a long time. We look outside of ourselves for the cause and the solution for our issues, while the answers and the solutions are found within. When you turn that mirror around and look at yourself and look at what you, what your part is in the situation that you are in right now, and ask yourself how I got here, and truly, truly look at yourself, go within and ask yourself, what is it that I am really afraid of? Because everything is evolves around fear. Usually it's like 5 core fears that is keeping us from being in our full power. The fear of being abandoned, the fear of rejection, the fear of not being liked, the fear of prosecution, the fear of being judged. Those are usually the fears that are keeping us stuck in situations and lifestyles that no longer serve us. Because if you think back in the old ages, in the old days, when you lived in a village that was walled, if you did something, you got abandoned or you got shunned or you got sent away into the wilderness by yourself and the bridge, the door behind of the ball closes behind you, it was certain death. So that fear is embedded deep inside of us. But realizing that that is a fear and all fear is subjective, all fear is not realistic, is not true. Fears are lies. When you realize that the fear that you are feeling is not the truth, like the fear of failure. I had this debilitating fear of failure, and I didn't know where that came from. I always would only do or start something if I knew for sure that I would be good at it, that I would not fail, that I would succeed, or else I would not start. But when I realized that there is no such thing as failure, there's only experiences gained and lessons learned. And what if it works out? What if you do it and you're great at it? That was the question that I started asking myself instead of, what if you fail? What if it doesn't work? No, I turned it around. What if it does work? What if you're great at it? And now I'm sitting here. It still can fail. It may not work out, but at least I tried. At least I gained this experience. I'm learning something here. If this doesn't work out, I can look back and, okay, what didn't work out? And how can I change that and do it another way next time? And that's what I found out when I dig into my shadow. In your shadow, you got all versions of you. Every younger version of you that has been traumatized, that has experienced something that hurt you, that changed you, is stored in your shadow, waiting. Not really waiting because it's attracting all the situations that you are in right now that you don't want to experience. Everything that's hurting you right now, that's not making you feel good about yourself, that you're wondering why are these situations or these type of people keep reoccurring into my life. That's because there is a wound, a traumatized part of yourself in your shadow that's attracting these situations to you, these people to you, to make you realize that, hey, I am here. I want to be acknowledged. I want to be heard. I want to be seen. And most importantly, I want to be healed and released. Because these parts are stuck in the shadow. They don't want to stay there. They want to come back to the whole and experience with you, enjoy with you, but they can't because they are literally stuck in the time and place where they got hurt. And you can't move on as you're supposed to because there are parts of you stuck in the past. And since you are a whole, you're always whole, you're never broken, there's nothing broken about you, you can't move on and go the direction you want to go in as you want to. 1919 on the timer, as I said that. So the shadow is nothing to be afraid of. When you turn around and face your shadow, you will find out that it's not monsters following you. It's you. It's you running behind you. to get you to see you fully, to get you to accept you fully. Then you start loving on those parts of you in your shadow. That's when things start changing. That's where the real change is at. And when you go as deep as you're supposed to or want to, go all the way back to the ancestors and heal those parts. You don't have to push yourself to do things. Things will go automatically. All that you want for yourself right now. I want to live healthier. I want to do more things for me. I want to take the step and work for my own, be my own boss. I want to manifest my dreams uh, and experience magic in this realm. It's all possible and it goes automatically once you heal your shadow parts. Everything that I had to push myself to do now goes automatically. I don't even think about it. I just do. Like me sitting here right now, I had this debilitating fear of failure, of being judged, of being rejected. And it took me years to heal those wounds. But now I'm sitting here and talking to you like it's nothing. I do not fear that it will fail, because it won't. If you are watching this right now and it doesn't resonate for you, that's okay, that's fine. Then this is not for you, and I'm okay with that. Somebody else will watch it and it will resonate for them. So I did not fail. Before I would thought I would have failed and would stop because it doesn't resonate with everybody and I want to help everybody. No, I am not for everybody and that is okay. I accept that now. The fear of being judged, I don't care because if you feel the need to judge me for sitting here expressing myself, the only reason why people judge is because they judge themselves. So I would not feel, I do not take that personally because it says everything about you and where you are on your journey and where you need to go. I will only sit here and wish you the best and send you love and light and hope that you heal those parts in you that make you judge yourself so hard that you have feel the need to judge others, that you feel the need that you have to bring people down to your level to feel better about yourself. So when you heal these wounds inside of you, everything that you were afraid of just falls away. It just falls away. I never thought, I didn't, I didn't know that this was going to come out all today, but I'm here for it because now it took me a while. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how easy it is to sit here. It looks, maybe it looks easy. I don't know. I don't know if it looks easy. I got my sunglasses on also. The sun is shining in my face. But I don't know if it looks easy for me. It looks easy to you to look at me and sitting here just talking. I don't know. But I do know that I worked very hard for it. I worked very hard for it to sit here now and talk to you like it's nothing. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy. No, it's not. No, it's not. But I am going to say that if you persevere, if you keep pushing, not for anybody else, but for yourself, if you keep believing that there is better for you and you want better for yourself, it will happen. It will happen. Because I never thought, never thought that I would live to see this day. Me just sitting here, living life, just being and enjoying and being happy with me, just being happy with myself, loving myself, allowing myself to be me, giving myself permission to be me. I never thought this day would come. This is the day that have been praying for years, for as long as I can remember. This is what I was praying for. I always tried to make other people accept me for me. But how are you going to make people, or how are people going to accept you for you if you do not accept you for you? How do you expect people to see you for you when you do not see you for you? You need to realize that everything that you want or seek within others or want from others, you have to give it yourself first. If you want love, you have to love yourself first. If you want acceptance, you have to accept yourself first. If you want guidance, you have to guide yourself first. Everything starts and ends with you. Everything. That's not what they want us to know. That's not what we have been taught. We have been taught to put other people's wants and needs in front of ourselves. If you choose yourself, you're selfish. If you do things for yourself, you're selfish. No. How can you pour from an empty cup? We're all pouring from empty cups. Not me anymore, but no, the collective that I'm talking to. Maybe you've stopped doing it, or maybe you're trying to, and that's why you're watching this video. But you cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to fill your cup first till it overflows. And then you give from overflow. You have to take care of yourself first. You have to put yourself first. Your wants and needs are important. You are important. You are worthy. And you are enough just as you are. If there's anything that you want to do, but you're afraid, that it will not work out, or you're afraid that you will fail. I'm here to encourage you. Do it. Do it. Find out if it's really for you, because you will never know until you've tried. And I will say it again, there is no such thing as failure. There's only knowledge gained and lessons learned. And with that, I want to end today's video. If you made it to this far, I want to thank you for your support. I feel honored to serve this collective. I don't know you, but I can feel you, and I'm rooting for you, and I'm praying for you. You got this. Just keep pushing. If you like my content, give me a like and maybe subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I love you all so much. Thank you again for listening, and I will see you in the next one.